time now. We're late. There we are. How y'all doing?
And we're laughing behind the scenes already.
We were having a chat. I forgot y'all were even there. I'm so sorry. That was actually the end of the list too. Okay. So how y'all doing out there? Hopefully everybody's good. Everybody's great. Hopefully the weather ain't too bad where you are. It's 50 degrees here.
You're lucky.
They've been having car pileups all over the place over the weekend from whiteout conditions and blizzards and stuff. So stay safe, stay home.
Yeah, if you can. Absolutely. Merry Christmas to y'all too. Hopefully you had a good Christmas, or if you did nothing, then hopefully that was fine for you too. That's what I did. And then we were live with Jenn, so that was the extent of anything I did that day because I didn't even make my potato.
If you had a rough Christmas with Republican family members, so sorry, but at least it's over till next year.
That used to be a very interesting comment when I worked in retail stores when I would ask people afterwards, how was your Christmas? Because, you're making conversation. Oh, it's good, but I'm glad it's over. It's like, oh, good Lord. It's supposed to be the jolliest time of the year, and they're just glad it's over.
It is when leading up to it, but then it's like all the craziness on Christmas Day. It's like, whew.
Oh, yes.
But I can very much sympathize. So, and I'm not a holiday person, and I'm always glad it's over. New Year's is coming, and we will all be here on New Year's Eve doing a charity stream for Feeding America. So hopefully you can come back for that. 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. If you're anywhere else, do your own math. Thank you very much.
It's BYOB, so bring your own champagne or whatever you're toasting with.
And we will have a few more people who choose to join. I'm going to send out some invites and things. I can only have up to 7 people additional to us. So we have, yeah, me too, Sandy. And so we'll be here on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and we will be doing some reads. I got a list going. I'm going to try to play a game or two and get y'all involved as well. So
since this is our last stream of the year until New Year's Eve, I just want to do a big thank you to our moderators who've done an awesome job all year. Thank you, T-Berry, and also to everyone thank you for watching us. It's been 2 years we've been doing the lives, 3 years we've had our channels, Johnny.
Yeah. Somebody sent me a thing talking about 2018. I was like, really?
Yeah.
2018.
Like, what? Can I remember that far back? It feels like yesterday.
It really does. It does. But it's been fun. That's why. Because that is the reason I always say you should start YouTube in the first place, is because you want to do it. Because it's fun to you. When it becomes a job or a household, then back away from it, take a break, or change the perspective, whatever the case may be. Don't get bogged down by anything on YouTube, because it's meant to be fun. You can make it into a job, but don't approach it that way.
These Sunday night things, the reason we've done it for 2 years and why it's lasted so long is it's fun.
Mm-hmm. From watching me disastrously cook anything, and
it's even better in the after show, I gotta tell you.
To Jen's Christmas tree being up for 8 years, and to all of the fantastic tableaus that they take forever to go through, and we just absorb it and love it because it's anyway. Y'all are there, y'all understand.
I wanted to let everybody know I've been wanting to do, since Jenny brought up the cooking, I wanted to do a video, another live stream sometime this week to make a, what is it called? Earthquake cake. Problem is, I cannot locate shredded coconut anywhere. I've been to Walmart, I've been to Target, I've been to Trader Joe's, doesn't have it. I went to Sprouts. I went to the one grocery store I hate because there's like 2 cashiers and 800 people in line. So I don't go to that store. But no, it's like, so I'm going to find some shredded coconut and I'm going to make that earthquake cake come hell or high water and make it because it's good. So, and I don't want to get it from Amazon because it's like $2 at the store. It's $9 on Amazon for shredded coconut, so no, I'll just drive around all over town. So.
Next thing I'll make is
a disaster.
I promise not to cook.
I'm teasing him. He's actually good at cooking on a lot of things. He just shows us the disasters.
Well, you have to put some funny into it. I mean, goodness, if you want to. Joyce from the Joyce All Knowing, she cooked angel kiss cakes or whatever they were called. She cooked over there. Did it fine. Becca cooked, did it fine. If you want to watch some haha, then that's what I'm
for. You should do that. You should do that sandwich again, Johnny.
No, I should not do that.
I think we should have a side-by-side live with Becca and Johnny and me up in the corner just to laugh, doing Monte Cristos in your Ninja Foodies.
Oh, the devil is alive. He is gone. Yes, he is. Anyway, yes, I'm the comic relief. That's what I'm for. That's what I want.
You for it. We love
I want you to laugh. That's.
You don't see me getting on YouTube trying to show how I do.
But you know how.
Picking cat fur out of it.
Oh, Lord.
Eating after my cats.
So I don't know, but we'll see. I did need to bake because I have actually all the stuff to do baking. I'm not Martha Stewart. That's going to be the new saying right there. Not Mother Teresa. I'm not Martha Stewart.
Yeah, I'm not Mother Teresa, and Johnny's not
Martha Stewart. Oh, Lord. Anyhow.
Lucy is in the kitchen. Somebody was asking in chat, where's Lucy? She's in the kitchen. I shook the treats. If she wants to come, she'll come.
And thank you, Jenn B, for our picture that we used on Christmas. That was hilarious.
Elves on a shelf. That was cute. Might need one for New Year's Eve, Jan, if you're watching.
Yes, I'll do another cooking video. I don't know when, though, but we'll see. Maybe that'll be part of our New Year's celebration.
I live for those just so I can laugh until I can't breathe.
Oh, Lord. See, if I cook something simple, it goes wrong. That's what happens. Anyhow, okay, let me get a card or two in my hand. We'll see.
It's funny, Johnny, because you fix simple recipes and get them jacked up. It's I bet if you took a really difficult one, you would get it right.
Well, the video is complicated to me, and it came out fantastic. I tried to cook mashed potatoes and messed it up to the high moon. So it was something that called for chilies that I had to import from Mexico. Those turned out just fine.
How do you screw up a Monte Cristo sandwich?
The Monte Cristo, that's gourmet.
That's all he could say for 10 minutes. I mean, he couldn't even describe what it tastes like.
I know what you want from me. Y'all saw me do it. I took the bread and the meat and the cheese and the bread and the meat and the cheese. I dipped it in the thing. I put it in the thing, and then it came out like this. It was like eating cardboard. So it was. And then Becca sent me hers. Oh, it was good. And then her and Matt, they just loving it and chewing it in the background. And I'm like, okay, fine, just whatever. Just rub it all in your face. It was special. The donuts, that's what I need to make. I still got all the stuff for that. Most of the stuff for that. So maybe that's what I'll do.
Oh, Johnny's Donut Shop. Maybe Don Jr. will stop by.
There is no powder in this house. Although I do have some cascarilla, though. And I did take it all out of the little shells, the little thingies.
Uh-huh.
So I do have a container full of white powders.
I mean, technically, you could eat it because all it is just eggshells, but I don't know if that would taste good. So.
Paulette just said you were a comedian in another life. You know, can't you see him as the Joker back in Tudor days in the court?
I'm a comedian now. It's just that I need.
When you like fun hats.
We were talking about that actually, me, Tony, and Adrian. Because I'm not a stand-up comedian. I can't tell a joke because I can't get the beginning, middle, punchline type of thing. But I can feed off of people. So if you say one thing, then I'll say something funny. That's usually how it goes. Anyhow, they're giving you advice on your coconut, shredded coconuts.
Yeah, I'm not going to Whole Foods and paying $20 for shredded coconut. I'm sorry. No, I'm not buying a coconut to shred it myself. No, I want the bag of shredded coconut. That's all I want.
I actually have some, and it's been in there since the 50s.
Should have put that on the Monte Cristo sandwich.
I was supposed to use it for something and never did. Just like I got the chocolate chips have been there since the 60s. So anyway, actually, since you know what, since we're already, I'm poking fun. Violence is not funny. Let me say that just for the record. However, when your last name is Jones, it's a little funny. So
it's a lot funny.
Why, should we say why or
why did Alex?
I can ask a broad question with the tarot, not so much.
I'll ask it my own way.
I've got a few questions about it. You know, Alex Jones' wife was arrested Christmas Eve for assaulting him. He tried to say
did they confirm it was him or just assault? Because they say they don't know who is the last thing I read.
I don't know if it was him or not, so we should ask that. Who did she assault? He claimed that she had a problem with medication or something. So I want to look at, is that a lie? Like he's covering up. And then his ex-wife, who he has children with, was tweeting. I went in yesterday. She was tweeting all over the place, talking about how abusive he is and his new wife is to his children with her, to their daughter. And she's been trying to get full custody back of her daughter away from him in the courts, and he's been blocking it.
She's saying that him and the new wife both abuse the kids.
Yeah, like verbally, like very, very abusive, calling her stupid, and
he's such scum, dude. He's such scum that I wouldn't deny it. I mean, look at what he did to the parents.
Sandy Hook parents. Yep. So he was like all kinds of tweets about him and videotapes of her. She blacked out her daughter's face, but she was playing the videotapes that she had made for the courts of her daughter, talking about how he and his new wife treat her.
So where we start? Should we start with who did she assault? Was it him?
She had to have hurt somebody because
she went to jail.
Arrest her.
Well, don't they send you to jail anyways if they get a call of domestic disturbance? Like they'll separate the people and just take them overnight to jail or something like that?
Like, unless he told them to take her in, why would they take her in? Like, she had to have attacked somebody that said, yes, take her in.
I lived around my cousins and things. When we lived in these apartments, we lived upstairs and a bunch of them lived downstairs. They were all drug, crackheads, basically. I was trying not to be so mean, but that's what they were. And so they called the cops a lot of times because they were outside and doing stupid stuff and causing a ruckus or whatever. The police would come, and instead of going through the paperwork and this and that, if nobody is like bleeding, then they'll tell one person you need to go somewhere else for the night or whatever. And then you go back in here, close the door, y'all all shut up. So it's like, unless somebody got the black eye or somebody's bleeding or there's a weapon somewhere, there's no.
Yeah, look at what's her name? Gabby, that just died back in August when her boyfriend killed her. They pulled him over one time and just put her in a hotel away from him.
Yeah. You go here, they go there.
Yeah. So who was hurt?
So somebody had to be hurt.
Somebody had to tell them, yes, lock her up.
Yeah.
Who to lock her up meant Alex Jones's wife.
They're all great. They deserve each other.
I got my petty boots on tonight. So.
So who got hurt? Because somebody had to press some kind of charge. Let's see. I ain't used these cards in a while. Oh, goodness. I think it was him. What'd you get, Becca?
It was a person who has a lot of knowledge and has a huge audience, and they just misinform, miscommunicate, cloudy things up within the community. So I think it was him. And this is the king of clubs. Man, irritable, confused. I'm going to say it. Get it, girl. Get it. Give him 10 more of those, please.
Get it. Because she's extricated for using strength on the man and burdening him. And there's alcohol involved here too. And, justice off to court. It's like, oh no, she whacked the crap out of him in an emotional outburst. I get that later, stupidly, he just walked away from this. It's like, oh, she's sick. But there's the indictment over a family squabble, and I get it had to do with money too. So we should look at his money things because he's got a lot of lawsuits. We should look at his money situation.
Well, didn't the Sandy Hook parents just win their civil lawsuit against him?
All of them.
All of them.
Add that to the list, Johnny. We got to look at his money too. What'd you get, Johnny?
Wait, because I want to keep track of that.
Alex Jones' financial situation.
We're going to go money, and for the sake of argument, I want to look at medication just to see if it's her medication had anything to do with it. But my very first card was the Ace of Pentacles. So there's something physical, but I'm going to say it's money because you also have the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Swords as well. So there's some sort of blockage around desires and wishes and things. But I get the illumination with the Sun and the King of Wands. I also believe it was evident when they arrived that he had been assaulted.
So she found out Santa wasn't going to give her what she wanted for Christmas.
Santa's bag was empty. As it should have been, because it went to the people you verbally assaulted for so long.
She probably hit him with that bag.
But I get whatever it was. It was with the Sun. It was evident when they arrived that he was injured of some sort. And so it's kind of one of those things to where, like I said, if you are just having a squabble and, you got junk everywhere because you threw stuff, you go here, you go there. But if I show up and somebody's got a mark or scratch or whatever, then somebody just may get arrested. Now, that's another thing I do want to ask too.
Well, he's a big guy too. It's like, oh my God.
He's a fat guy.
He's
but is
fat,
he tall?
but
But then again, your head, it can still be hit with a frying pan. I don't care how big it is.
Possibly, in his case, cast iron.
Yeah. So, was there any off medication involved? Was there any sort of medication problems involved here? Because it could have been, she could have been imbalanced. That happens. That's why they give you the medication. If you stop taking it, then things happen. I have a feeling that sun is going to come out all day.
I'm getting the sun, but not as a yes card. Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
I start out, there's a friendly little tit for tat going on, and the little miser wasn't given what she wanted, and she got emotional. And he used his speech to say, yes, it was medication, but she's crowning the reading here. I get a big no. It was just she took a big old frying pan, hit him up the side of the head or something. She just like she's got a different perspective on this, and I don't. It's like it's a family dynamic is what I get, and she was victorious at walloping him. Took him by surprise, so she might have come up from the behind. I don't get any devil addiction cards or medication or.
I had pulled one card originally and I got whipped. This would be a no. But then I got curious and I pulled two more. No, this girl was solidly pissed. Solidly pissed. Like, even though this is health, but this is also solid. So it's like she's not abusing her medication or anything health related, because these two here is passion and a lot of anger. And right here in the middle. So
we should ask what she pissed about.
I get it starts for whatever reason with the 6 of Cups, and I clarify with the 7 of Wands. I think it started, not that it is ultimately all about, but it started with something to do with the kid. I don't know if he was buying something for a kid, giving something to a kid got more favored than her, or whatever the case may be, but it's something with the kid. Because there is some moves he was making. I wonder if it's the Sandy Hook kids, though. Like, because it did take a lot of his money. But anyhow, there's something to do with kids here in the middle with the 6 of Cups. And the 7 of Wands, which is elevation, which is, being in a position to defend. But there is secrets with the 2 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. There are secrets she doesn't know about, but that sort of is leaking out to her. There's like more revelation coming to her with the Sun, the illumination, and the 8 of Swords, something that was once sort of cut off from her. It was his business, not hers, is the way he was playing it. And so it came out. They had a talk. The talk got louder. Then she got to swinging. So that's what I see there. So what was she mad about? Pray tell. They deserve each other, I swear.
what's the question, Johnny?
What was she mad about?
Oh, okay. Because I just asked my cards, why did she assault him? That's
Wow, first card, the kids.
See, what's going on there? Lord Jesus.
Kids and money. It's like she's the action taken over the kids because he lied about the kids, right? He lied over and over that this was a made up thing and stuff, and his lies changed their fortune, caused them to lose money and fighting with the moneyed man, and not accepting the fact that they don't have their money is shot. Yeah, she just confronted him, shone a light on it, and all about the money. Where's the money?
Because she's gold digging too. Because why else would you be there?
Because what else would you dig on Alex?
Because I start with the death card, and that's one hell of an image. But that's kind of what was happening at the moment.
What's he doing with his hands?
He's like wiping them on whatever that cloth is supposed to be. It looks like a ribbon. You know how you have like a little celebration of something. So he came in and conquered, and then wiped the blood off his hands with your ribbon. But I get the 5 of Swords, 3 of Swords. There is something that he was abusive about that caused separation. And with that death card, it was a gigantic change. And I think it has something to do with the Sandy Hook. When you got out there and spewed the poison, and then karma does its own thing. We're not in control of karma, but it does not forget, and it knows where you live. So it came around eventually to where it got his money, but it didn't get it all. So, but yeah, the day is young. But then, wait, don't show that one. It's vulgar. This is the Emperor, and then the 2 of Wands. This is actually just beginning, this in particular story. So pardon me, I am not Mother Teresa, and she does not live nowhere near me. So I'm going to poke some more fun at Alex Jones the more we find out. So there you go.
Ringside seat.
He's a horrible, disgusting person.
I get that he is pissed at him for several issues that are legal. One of them may have to pertain to the elections.
Because he's got more lawsuits.
Because there's this. Multiple choices, alternatives, options, courts. He's got multiple court cases. And it's like, and something about an invitation that he had to where he has to make an appointment. He has to go somewhere to discuss something about the elections or the choices that he made in the courts.
Probably the January 6th committee.
Yep. And it's something that is deeply rooted. Like there's no getting out of it. Like, and it's this thing, even though they may try to delay it, it's not going to budge. Am I making sense? So I'm
getting away.
Yeah. I get that she was pissed off about several invitations for him and his continuation and routine with the law. So it's probably all the lawsuits, the January 6th. Is he also being sued by Dominion as well? Does anybody know?
I think he is, and he's got a subpoena to the January 6th committee, and
he lost the money for all that money to each individual parent of Sandy Hook. This is showing several issues with the courts, and there's a resolution and a continuation in the middle. It just keeps circling, looping around. Does that make sense? So it's like, that's what I'm getting. He sees
he might be she might become a prison wife.
And there ain't no more gold to be getting out of that disgusting, fat, disgusting piece of crap when they take all his money and he's in jail. So, like, kind of like Melania Trump, you went digging for gold and you struck a sewer line. So good for you.
So now I have the question: why did he have her arrested?
Why did he have her arrested?
Yes, because you could have just not called the police and not, maybe somebody else did. But
he could have said, "Don't have her arrested," because now he's going to have bail. He's got to pay.
Maybe we should ask, why was she arrested? Because he didn't have to necessarily press charges.
Maybe he wanted to give her a preview of what he's in for. Here, honey, this is where I'm going to be spending the next 7 years.
Good gosh. That sun card again.
There's something weird going on here.
Maybe a little more than fight.
I'm wondering, like, if some of it was a little bit of a setup. Like he set it up, because I get, like, there's something naive about what was going on with the investigators, but they saw that someone was bullying and burdening the other. But there's a working together. There's a, what do you call it? Like a collaboration. There's a collaboration in this.
So, like, do you mean like set it up, or just knew what buttons to push to get her to freaking just?
Yeah, like maybe like that, like set it up, because like the fighting and the drinking, and then trying to say that she uses drugs and everything, even though I get she was strong. It's intending to send her away. There's something very sneaky about this. Like, I'm going to ask, did he plan this? What are y'all getting?
I get the cross, the moon, and the whip, because it was emotional suffering, and also here's the assault here. But this sits in the middle. Gives him a perfect opportunity to call the cops on her and have her arrested, because, oh, woe is me, I'm such a victim. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm interpreting this correctly, because his reputation is suffering, his image is suffering. So a good way to play it is, look at me, I'm such the victim. Everybody is after me. My wife beat me up. The government's coming after me. The deep state, John F. Kennedy Jr. and John F. Kennedy, they're all coming after me. Like, so that's what I get.
I get it's new with the Fool here. There's something new about this. This is something starting fresh. This is not starting over. This is starting fresh. There is a fight, a conflict, and then domestic with the Ten of Pentacles. This is your domestic situation, so domestic violence. This is also new, the domestic violence part. There is a plan to this, though. The Sun and the Six of Pentacles, there is some illumination upon financing. This is what I'm going to say is not in the cards. So I always tell people, people who say, well, I don't believe, I didn't make it up, look it up. In this in particular case, you can say I made this up, because this is not here. So that's my warning to what I'm about to say. But I think that there is something around his money that he is trying to keep from her. And so he, maybe if they sort of maybe even go for divorce, even if it goes that far, he can claim that she is abusive and then she gets nothing.
And it's on record.
Yes. But I think this has something to do with submission and begging, because there is a second meaning to the Six of Pentacles. Everybody on the Six of Pentacles is not giving money, somebody is taking as well. So there's some begging, some submission here as well. So it's kind of like to leave one person poor and the other person is well off. So, but this is a new thing. This is a new scheme of some sort. Full red in the middle.
So I asked if he planned this, and I get like, playing the victim a little bit. Oh, woe is me. Putting himself in defense mode and trying to protect his money. He had an inspiration on how to trap her and worked out the details and then moved on it. So he doesn't want her to have his money, whatever he's got left. I think they may be thinking about divorce court. So, he gets the victory card here with the investigators or the police and the courts. Look, she's a bully and she's got to go away. She's eyeing my riches. But there's something hidden in all this.
So one more. Can we look at his finances, like a separate and apart from her, and see what comes up in there? Seeing as how he just paid out this huge suit and now all of this.
I don't think they've set the dollar amount yet on it. What he's going to owe. I'm kind of curious if he's hiding money so that, because the next thing will happen, like if he doesn't have the money, they'll take his house and stuff. He's another one that needs a raid on him.
Mm-hmm. His computers as well.
Well, he just got in trouble too because they found some child porn stuff on a computer and traced it to him or something, and he tried to claim it was planted by somebody else, but that could also be that children's card coming up that he's a pedophile. It's money. It's money. The King and Queen of Pentacles, the whole family, like the money is somewhere in the family. The King and Queen of Pentacles that should have everything are destitute. Like it's gone. We don't have it. And no, the courts are getting ready to come after him. But I get it's a manipulation. He may have put it somewhere else, like if his mother's still alive or something, like he's put it somewhere else and feeling victorious about that. I don't know if his mom's still alive, but I'm getting mother energy off that Empress card. Like somebody, he's put the money in somebody else's name, like transferred it over. And oh, poor me, judgment's on me. What y'all getting?
I pulled a box spread. He's fine financially, but I do see problems over the long term for months and months and months and months because it's with Bear and then Lily's. It takes a very long time. So with WHIP having to do with arguments and disputes, I'm wondering if this is part of the lawsuits and having to pay out. However, with that said, it's saying that he has financial windfalls that continue to grow this way across the horizontal. And at the end of it, it shows that there's something that he's able to do that's growing his marketing that is very, very, very successful for him. Very successful for him. He's in a crap ton of debt, but somehow, some way, I don't see bankruptcy. I don't see anything like that. It's just like financial difficulties over a long period of time. But either way, there's windfalls that come in through something that may have to do with creative marketing or marketing of some sort. Could be energy. Maybe he's involved in some sort of energy thing or whatever, but I don't see anything. He's got worries though about investigations on his mind, investigating his criticism, his arguments, the fighting, and then his reputation here. But he's able to capitalize on this to grow his success. And that's the last column. So that's what I get.
I actually didn't get any Pentacle cards, but his financial problems are futuristic. They're not immediate. And the first card I get is the Five of Wands, which I like this one. It kind of reminds you of the Ten of Wands.
Yeah, it does.
Like this is conflict, but he is sort of his own worst enemy in this in particular card. And it's crossed by the Two of Swords. So thank you, Catherine. There is some conflict, but he is sort of the source of it all because he brought this upon himself, like actually and technically. So, but here with the Temperance and the Eight of Swords, there is a settlement that he can't escape, that he cannot get away from. This is also a part of his own doing. He could prolong this, but it would cost more. There's something like maybe, I don't know if they could appeal such a thing, but anyway, there's some sort of working together. So there's a settlement there. So he still has financial problems, but they come later. The Four of Wands, his domestic situation. The Two of Wands, but this is just opening up. Like I said in that other reading, this is the beginning of this story. This is not even the middle. This is the beginning of this story. There's some more coming with this. There's a lot more coming for him when it comes to conflict and problems. And so sucks to be you, because your 2022 is about to get worse, actually. Well, good. That's the way things are supposed to go. Moving on from him, Sweet Mary and Joseph. 42 minutes about Alex Jones.
He deserved a deep dive.
He really did.
Boots Club.
Oh, wait. Somebody sent me an email like 3 weeks ago that I was going to share with y'all, as there are very important elections and things coming up. Oh, where'd it go? Jesus. Anyway, I think the deadline to register for the state of Texas is January 31st, I believe is what she said. Oh, there it is. She's writing to let people know that the deadline to register to vote in Texas primary is January 31st, 2022. The primary is March 1st, 2022, so you have to be registered 30 days before the primary, the one that Beto O'Rourke is running in, the primary against other Democrats. So people need to get out the Democrat vote. So somebody sent me that to remind you that the primary is March 1st, but you need to be registered 30 days before. So the deadline is January 31st. So make sure you are registered to vote if you are in the state of Texas. Tejas.
Yeah, it was funny. Ted Cruz was talking about running for president again. There's another one that's got to put himself through his own, worst enemy.
Can you imagine the political ads on him? That would just be golden. Just every time he stepped in his own crap, from bashing Trump to kissing his butt to phone banking for him to,
just show the picture, a little snowflake at the door, like I can't get out, and it's frozen out there.
Ted Cruz
Please save me.
Ted Cruz in the airport, coming back from Cancun and then blaming his kids. Man, those kids must hate him. They must hate him. I know I would if my dad.
His daughter's always like, whenever he tries to hug her, she's always like,
and he's all creepy about it too. Like he makes sure the camera's there, and he's all. And his daughter's like, "Ugh."
That was the most embarrassing thing, and like she looked like she was trying to get out of a Venus flytrap. She just like, get away from me, like stop touching me. It was the worst. Oh, if and all else in this world, y'all, if you can't be thankful for nothing, be thankful Ted Cruz is not your daddy. Tim is
her creepy uncle. Ugh.
Well, speaking of creepy uncles, can we look at Roger Stone? Captain Nixon back. He's starting to sell off stuff.
Yeah, he's made millions as a what you call it?
A dirty trickster.
Yeah,
a lobbyist for foreign countries, because he and what's his name that got thrown in jail first?
Flynn. He's
Bannon. No, the dark-haired campaign guy.
Oh God, I've lost track. I have lost track.
That got pardoned. Manafort. He and Manafort were partners as lobbyists, and they lobbied for foreign governments. Like they lobbied for the Marcos in the Philippines way back in the 80s and 70s and stuff. They have made millions off of lobbying.
Thank you, Nancy.
And I guess now he's selling off Trump memorabilia that nobody wants to buy because that stuff is like mud.
Like a rock.
You could probably go and clean Lucy's litter box and make more money than anything Roger Stone would try to sell with Trump's name on it.
A rock with Trump's name on it. He's trying to sell for $100.
But I guess he's thinking that he's doing it to cover his wife's cancer medical bills. I'm like, did you snort all that millions of dollars you made?
Millions.
Yeah.
Millions they made.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go? Was it all overseas in all the foreign countries he represented? Is
probably blew it all on donuts and sex parties. I mean,
can't get to it. Like, why is he?
So what's the question?
What are we asking? Why is he broke?
Why is he selling off things? Because he's paying his legal bills, is what the article said. So why does he seem to be in financial straits, or is he just making that up? Because rich people do that. They cry poor with the loaf of bread under their arm type of thing. Bankruptcy. Trump's done it 100 times.
Meanwhile, he had a home in Palm Beach that got raided. I mean, it's like Manafort. Manafort should never have had financial difficulties. As much money as he made.
He had a fur vest or something like that when they raided Manafort's house. Like
the ostrich jacket.
Yeah, ostrich jacket. Like, come on.
Leather ostrich jacket. It had a home up in the Hamptons. Hello, how poor can you be?
You know.
I get that he really is in financial trouble. He's looking to significantly improve via gifts because there's financial trouble. Also, he could be lying about his financial status here, but this is reading more like financial trouble. Improvements with gift because he's in trouble here. And then something really important with his finances. This sits in the middle. So as a thing, this could be anything like artwork, vases,
home decor,
pretty stuff like that.
Rocks.
Yeah. And then, well, rocks would be more like mountain, but this is like art, curtains, tassels, laces, trim, stuff like that, artwork. And then there's your finances. So, but it's saying financial trouble.
or financial lies. I'm getting he's strong financially. I think he's grifting from what I'm looking at here. It's like, he's in charge, takes trips whenever he wants to, has partners, like Trump. And he's bullying. It was an inspiration. I think an inspiration from like Trump, like grifting. He may have his money overseas, but it was an opportunity for him to make, just lay low and let the money come in. I get he might be separated from his money right now because it may be overseas, but he's got a lot of chunk change, and he's trying to protect what he's got from the courts. I don't know why he thinks he might lose some properties. Maybe he's afraid he'll get brought up on tax fraud or something because he's trying to protect his money from the courts.
Yeah, I don't get a grift. I get that he really has financial trouble. And I asked again, is he in financial trouble? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. There may be huge payments coming out or coming soon to him that he's going to have to pay out. So is he also being sued by Dominion? Because this has something to do with results. So
he was, I don't think he's being sued by Dominion yet, unless he gets brought into it. But he met with the Peanut Butter Boys and Oath Creepers and all those guys and was messing with the results. What do you get?
I get that there is a problem with sources when it comes to money. There's also here a woman who is also, thank you, Patty, draining a lot of money. And it's not something he can help or something he can stop. Well, you can, but it would do you no good. So there's a woman there that's draining a lot of money, but his problem is sources. With the hangman, something he has to sacrifice, and then the world, this is international, and then there's ruin here with the Ten of Swords. So he has a problem with his sources. So it's almost like domestically, whatever money he is getting, he can keep, but internationally speaking, something is cut off big time there. And domestically speaking, it's not a whole lot either. Like, he has enough to still be Roger Stone, but he doesn't have enough to go and just burn $1 million.
I wonder if when they busted Manafort, all their lobbying people kind of sort of, I don't want to say dropped off, just sort of, they're not reliable sources to get the job done. They've been caught. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, kind of dumped them. You know what I mean? So they no longer have access to that source of income, whether it was dirty money or not. Well, it was more than likely dirty money, but.
So let's see.
Oh, Stone is being sued for defamation January 6th, and the DOJ is suing him for $2 million in taxes.
So
speaking of dirty money, Taylor Budowich. What is he hiding? This is Trump's spokesperson, and he turned over 1,600 documents to the Jan 6 committee. He testified for 4 hours, but he is also suing to keep his financial records secret.
His personal financial records.
Yes, from JP Morgan is where his financial records are. So what is he hiding that he wants them not to see?
He has 1,600 documents, but no, don't look at my personal
Yeah.
finances, because I probably
look at him. Don't look at me. Oh, so rich.
By the way, he's only going to get delayed on having to reveal his finances.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, I get people he partnered with for money from like big companies. So whether it's CEOs or the companies themselves, he traveled around and got him to help grow his finances. And I get for the Stop the Steal, like people that wanted to didn't accept the election and wanted to protect. He made money off of that. And there's going to be some swift stuff on properties of his. So tax evasion. He's going to be in a fight over that. He's going to get burdened. It's all going to come crashing down. His fortunes are getting ready to change in the courts because it's truth's coming out. So I think he's got tax evasion in there. I think he pocketed some money and.
I kind of get the same thing, Jenny. He's hiding transactional agreements with friends. Many people that were in agreement, that were loyalist, those friendships have ended. There's losses there. Property. Let me see what else. The many that are friends in the house and the end of agreements and contracts. So,
like he probably got some windfalls and went and invested in properties to try to hide it.
Or I don't know. But
or falsified his taxes to try to hide it.
So interesting. Because my first two cards, property, that's my card for property with the Queen of Pentacles, and then the King of Swords.
Wait, we have to back up a second because this is the deck that's all tower cards.
They're all towers. Yeah.
At the bottom it says Queen of Pentacles. Okay.
Like Johnny says, the deck chooses the reading, and it's all.
I think he got. Thank you, Catherine. And her comments almost made me lose my cool earlier.
Me too.
about the Alex Jones. I didn't say anything, Catherine, but I did see it. Yes, I did.
I didn't see it. I missed out.
I was snickering behind my hand because I was about to fall out on the floor.
But there is, I think, I don't know why it would be a big deal, but I almost want to say he has a Trump Tower apartment, or there's something wrong with that though, because it wouldn't show up in the reading if it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with Trump properties because the King of Swords is here, or some man that he did a dealing with. I can say it, but I think it's a Trump property, like a Trump apartment or Trump Tower, Trump something. There's a property problem there. There's also some Two of Cups, Two of Swords. There's a business transaction that took a unconventional turn. Like if you were to sell me a painting and then I wrote you a check, the check would then go into your bank account, but it's like it went somewhere else. Or the transaction, well, whatever the case may be. Thank you, Laura. Or my painting was stuffed full of, kilos of this or kilos of that or something. Something is wrong with his transactionals too. Like there's that too. And I think there might be a call service in here too. I get I got the Knight of Cups and the Temperance. There's something about but this is healing, so maybe like a massage parlor or something like that where he spent thousands. It's like it's a lot of money though. Yeah, that for whatever reason,
Trump 150,000. So
it causes a lot of problems though for him. Temperance and Empress, especially domestically. So.
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
Yeah, he was entertained. He also did some sort of, it's not undercover work. What is a different word? It's like lobbyist work, but he's not registered as a foreign agent. Like yes, because the magician, he manipulated something, but it was within his skill set to do. And then there's the Eight of Cups. There's
insider trading.
You can't directly trace it to him because there might be an identity thing there too. So yeah, he's got, for whatever reason, I'm not saying necessarily that you're going to get records from JP Morgan and it's going to say all that in there, but if you follow the money, you'll find where that money came from.
And I'm sure good forensic accountants can be like, oh yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Lord Jesus. It is, I said this before, it is so easy to live a simple life. It just really is.
But where would the fun be in that, Johnny? What would the fun for these people, really? Just the life of depravity and just debauchery and criminality. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, speaking of debauchery and criminality, let's go here with the Goofy Boys for a second.
Segue.
Matthew Green, who was one of the organizers. It was Matthew Green, Dominic Pizzola, and William Pepe. They were all three sort of organizing things together. They're part in the riot. Matthew Green is now flipping on the other two because he wants a lesser sentence. So
is Matthew Green the guy that just got sentenced to like 5 years or something like that? Is that him?
I'm not sure because he is facing, I think, 7. They're looking for 4, but he wants lesser sentence. So
he messed up his life.
So will Matthew Green get a shorter sentence?
Yeah. So will he actually get a shorter sentence by cooperating? Mind you, let me say this though. Because I read this little story and these type of things just they make my head itch. I can't, because they had a whole cache of weapons and ammo, and they said that we're going to the Capitol and we're coming back, and they were going to target Pelosi and Pence. They were going to target Biden. 4 years. 4. Okay. Meanwhile, walk down the street with weed crumbs in your pocket, and you're going to get 17 right off the bat.
Yeah.
I can't. I really can't. Will he get a lesser sentence?
I get yes. He's still going to go live in public housing, though, in a government institution. He might get like 5 years. If it's 7, he might get less than to 5. But that's what I get. There's the institution, the isolation. There's the community, and there's success here for being successful with the community cooperating. And then I asked how many years I got treat, which is 5. So
I agree. I think they lessened it by 2 years. I was getting like cutting 2 years off. Because he's showing some regret, here, and he is cooperating. He is assessing things and cooperating, and they've been victorious in what they've gotten from him because it led to bigger fish. But the problem is what causes all the anxiety is all the people that he threatened, that he threw shade on and threw judgment on. And all the people he partnered with. So that's the problem. But, his life's changed forever. It's like, but yes, it gets reduced, but I think by only 2 years.
I think Homeboy's going to be sleeping with one eye open in prison, and then when he's out of prison too. Like,
yes, his sentence will be shortened. Here with the Page of Cups, this is the open heart. This is the acceptance of something. So they are, with the temperance card here, they are accepting his cooperation. The this for that, the quid pro quo. I give you this, you give me that. So they are doing the sharing thing. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, there is also maybe defense and prosecution or coming to some sort of agreement as well, because I get the 8 of Pentacles, so somebody's working on things. Yeah. I can't. I just.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it my friend Mary Harrow's birthday today in chat? Happy birthday, Mary.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Where'd you see that? Happy birthday, Mary. I can't. Okay.
No, it was her birthday.
Dominic Pizzola. What's going to happen with him? He is one of the people that Matthew is cooperating against. Matthew is the one who assaulted a police and then stole his riot shield. Let me say it that way, because that's what happened.
Uh-oh, now Mary's saying, no, it's not her birthday. Sorry.
No.
Now everybody's going to be wishing her happy birthday. Sorry. Oh, happy holidays. Zolo, what's going to happen with you? Dark Night of the Soul on the bottom. If you had a soul. We're going to learn a lot more about him.
I think he's going to rat out more people that were part of the rally or part of that network. But Homeboy's going to be having Yardy Yardbird in the yard for a very long time. But I get that he will eventually cooperate and give up other fish in the pond. That's what I get.
I get the same thing. It's like Dark Night of the Soul. All this new information coming up to the investigators is going to put him in a jail cell. So justice sitting on him. Tower he breaks, rats out those that he partnered with, and also maybe where some of the finance and security came from. He's not finished. He's going to do some backstabbing, whistleblowing, and his fortunes are changing. I get that he's looking at trying to get like a sentence reduction too. He might end up getting like 2 years off also, but we're going to learn a lot more from a different perspective about him. And there's going to be more illumination on the other partners.
I was getting that not just the network of people that are in that community, but also how they come up with the money as well. Mm-hmm. Like the money in the network and the network of the transactions, the shopping, if you will.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys, they didn't have the money to.
But the Publix heiress did. $650,000 wired to 3 different whole people.
Yep.
Yes, there's some withholding right now of evidence. The 7 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. There's also evidence that will be used against you. So I got 2 meanings out of that. Because you actually are on videotape with his shield with a police officer that was assaulted and you took his riot shield. Your defense is moot with the 7 of Wands. This would be your elevation, your higher ground. And then you get the Page of Swords. There's some bad news there. Judgment and the 6 of Swords. They send you up the river. That bovine river with no means of locomotion, as they say. So you are going up the river on that one, but there is some more information to be coming out because right now it's being withheld. But once the cooperation starts from that other fool, then you ain't got no choice unless you just really want to be Manafort and tight-lipped, but I don't think you will be. Because all of these people were brave until all of them went to jail. So,
well, just wait until, once they get the convictions on the federal charges, then all these police officers that were injured are going to come after him on civil cases and
civil lawsuits. And there's in that reading I had garden and letter. So there must also be some sort of a public forum, perhaps online or something, where they were communicating there. So there may be a roster of everybody involved in the network and who went. So they're just going to rat each other out, hoping to not suffer as badly. It's like, how proud are you now, Proud Boys? How patriotic are you now? You know?
And last one is William Pepe. Now he faces multiple felonies. He, as of right now, is not cooperating, but he faces multiple felonies. And he was also one of the ones with Matthew that said that they were going to, because these three people, the reason they were connected is because they all had the big giant storage of weapons, and they said they were going to return and kill every MFer that they can, is what they said this. And now the most you want is 4 years for a person who, okay, anyway.
Was threatening life and
was premeditating murder.
Yeah, for Pence and Pelosi and anybody else that they could get.
So what's the question on Pepe?
What's going to happen with him?
he knows a lot about the money. He's got big ties to the money of it that he's kept secret, and also how they manipulated people, partnerships, and how to get everybody all riled up, emotionally charged to go in and do this. The courts are going to be looking at his circle of support, everybody around him. He's going to have a dark night of the soul through the courts, and I get Queen and King of Swords, so I think he's going to have multiple court cases. So assault, battery, all those things. He's going to have civil suits. More illumination coming on people that he injured, but he's got details on how they moved everything into action monetarily. It's not good for him. I don't get that he's going to give all that up, but I feel like they're going to find it out because of the other people turning on him. So victory on that with the investigations. I don't get he's going to flip.
I don't get he flips either. I got the stars, the whip, the lily, the key, book, garden, and ring. Widespread abuse, perhaps online as well through social media, because he is committed. He is part of this club. He is committed. And what he knows, he's going to keep his mouth shut. He ain't talking. He is not going to talk. So, I mean, if you want to fall on that sword, by all means, get 20 years in prison. I don't care, but I get he's going to keep his mouth shut out of commitment to that club. Civil lawsuits as well because of abuse at this rally where there was a huge party of people. He might get some wise counsel, but he doesn't listen. He does not listen because he's too near. So there may be a significant mentor, but he doesn't listen. He keeps his mouth shut. So Mhm.
So there is the Seven of Pentacles is the harvest card, but you have to wait. There's some patience here. He's sitting on anything that he knows. This is not coming out, not willingly, definitely not. The Two of Cups and the King of Pentacles, he is trying to make some sort of deal in the end, but it's not for a lesser sentence or anything like something. Okay. I get the sense that he may go for, I don't know if he's going to go for insanity. That's not necessarily where I'm going. He's going to threaten someone with the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Wands. It's either the judge or somebody important, but maybe that's Nancy, but there's a threatening of a woman here while he is in custody. And so whatever it is exacerbates his situation. It stretches it out. This becomes an even bigger thing. It's more distractions. He's not going to cooperate, but his sentencing they're going to make an example out of him too. So his sentencing is going to get worse, and his case is going to get worse. And there is something immature and emotional going on there too. So yes, he is mentally ill, because anybody in that group would have to be, because he's one of the goofy boys too. So
you know what's funny? His last name is Pepe, right?
mm-hmm.
That's that one frog that the right wing uses to make fun of the left. That Pepe frog.
Mm-hmm.
Look in the mirror.
Yes. Oy vey. Okay, so I got a few more on these people. So Brandon Straka, he is cooperating. He was one of the speakers right before January 6th, saying that we're all going down to the Capitol and we're not going away, and we're going to be a problem for the Democrats, and this and this and this. He is also a person now sort of on that side toting that this that happened was not supposed to happen, not that way.
Oh, you don't say.
It was supposed to be, we're going to rile up all these people. You know, we're going to throw water on the hornet's nest.
For a peaceful protest. We're going to throw dynamite on a bunch of people and have a peaceful protest.
That's what he said. And so him and another guy, they were saying that this was not what's supposed to happen, because they've done rallies at the Capitol before, and you know, it always went well because they know what to do. They know the logistics of it all and all that type of stuff. And so he said this was not supposed to happen because Trump sent us down there, and you know, blah, blah, blah. They keep trying to use that as an excuse. So what's going to happen with him, seeing as how he is fully cooperating with the federal government?
Yeah, I heard him talking about, oh, and we know, you know, when you file for the application, you have to have a certain amount of security and everything. And they should never have walked down there without security. That's not safe. And
I can't. Not safe.
And that woman that I've seen with him that looks like one too many plastic surgeries or something. Like trying to be a Barbie doll kind of makeover. I don't know what her name is.
She makes me laugh. She looks like a Muppet. Like,
yeah, she is like not real at this point.
I'm like, what's wrong with your face, Shoga? Let's stop doing this.
She stopped about 2 surgeries ago. Now it's a little too late.
Oh, Turkish pot pie sounds good. I tried to make one. It went really bad. He's like salt pot pie. That's what it was.
Has he gone in to speak to the January 6th commission?
I don't know.
Because I get cross, lilies, fox, snake, and house.
He will be, because he is cooperating. Well, that's what they say
They're
anyway.
just saying that he lies to the house or lies about the house or causes problems in the family. Or there's a lie in this could be literal house, you know. I see prolonged suffering. Like he's gonna suffer for a long time because of an investigation into something that has to do with lying. And then this. So his entourage could be the January 6th committee, the House, the previous administration, the White House, because there's suffering, an investigation, and then the House. Also, he may be having hard work from home. That's another way to read that, but it's like he lies, dude. He lies. It's almost like a strategy to get out is to lie. And I mean, it could just be something as simple as the big lie that the election was stolen, you know, because I only pulled a line of 5, but there's consequences. There's consequences for him.
You know, he's sharing a little bit, but he's giving them the crumbs. He's not giving them the whole thing. He thinks, oh, I'm so smart. I'm the higher moral authority, you know, to the courts and everything, and not accepting like what's going on with the courts. So he's like, oh, I've got this new idea. I'll just like give up all this stuff. But he's about to go through some big changes and go through major anxiety. They're going to be asking him a lot of questions about where his money has come from. That's going to burden him. There's his connection with Trump that's been going on a long time. There's like money. They're going to be looking into with him, big time looking into it. And then I get his fortunes changed, and he goes away because of the courts.
Thank you, Sue.
So yeah, he's not too bright.
There's a woman and kids. I don't know if he's married and has kids or whatever the case may be, but there's a woman and kids there. I don't know what that's about. But there's also progression in money. So there's also something about, this is the card I have for marches, or not necessarily riot, but since it's a wand, things can get out of control. And so, and then money. You were paid to be there because he was one of the speakers. He wasn't just one of the participants. He was one of the people who got up in front of the crowd with the Trump flags behind and da-da-da-da-da-da. There's also going to be some extreme exposure with the Tower and the Four of Pentacles on something you're hiding or something you're keeping close to the vest, all that type of thing. This, however, with the Four of Pentacles and the Tower means that it's not voluntary. The Tower strikes and blows up. It does not knock on the door and then come in. So this is something that blows apart because somebody else more than likely is giving up information, or some other avenue that they followed led to you. And again, we're coming back to this money thing. So if they investigate Goofy Boy X for money, and it's going to come back to you because you're sort of a ring leader, or at least a stone in the ring of this type of thing. So this is going to be blown open. And let me say this too, not that you're watching or listening, but let me say this too. If you're going to cooperate. That's how you get a lesser sentence. That's how you get some leniency from the other side who kind of got you by the short hair. If you give a little and then keep a lot, then they figure you're lying to me, or that you've got some sort of other agenda, and now the deal is off, or the deal is going to be extremely altered, or whatever the case may be. And this is not how you stay out of jail. If you watch Matlock for 2 hours, you would have known that.
Running around and doing all these interviews on cable news and stuff, and trying to act like, oh, we're innocent. We didn't expect this.
So I have
it was Antifa. It was Antifa, you guys remember? And protest, and then it never happened.
Goofy ass people. I got 3 more questions on them. Well, not them specifically. I think we kind of asked this before, but I want to ask again. Why didn't Trump go march with them? Because that's what they're all saying. because Trump said, we're going to go down to the Capitol. No, he said Pennsylvania Avenue. I love Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah.
And we're all going to march down there, but he didn't go. Why not?
He said, I'm coming with you.
I'm going to have a follow-up.
Well, he went and hid in his bunker and watched TV and gleefully as everything went crazy.
Bone spurs.
That's true, Stephen.
It's
funny
probably why. I wonder how that comes up in the cards. I don't have a bone spurs card. Oh, mercy. What is this?
I get basically because he's a couch potato. That's bone spurs, I guess. Smug little Trump. It's like, walking away after throwing a few crumbs at him and speaking and, making sure he was secure himself, but staying with his family. But, it's like the peanut butter boys, the bullies that he hired. I get that he thinks he is above them, so he's not going to like shake hands with them. He's not going to walk with them. He mentally, these are scumbags, and he's not going to walk around with them. But he wanted to watch them from TV somewhere secure, and look what I did. Look at everything I created. And then everything blew up, and his judgment was bad. He'll end up in court over it. Oh, you're muted, Becca.
Sorry. I get that he didn't go. I'm going to give you the real answer, then I'm going to give you my petty answer. I get that he didn't go because he knew that there was going to be an accident, violence, in changing the government here, the insurrection with these two, Tower and Storks, and it would be solid against him. He had knowledge of exactly what was going to happen. So he wanted to distance himself and be isolated from it here. But here's the insurrection with Storks and Tower. There's the accident, deeply rooted, and then there's knowledge. He knew this was going to happen. Yeah. My petty answer is he was too damn fat to walk down there without his golf cart. So
I get the first card is the Hierophant. So government, then justice, and Five of Pentacles. I don't think the Secret Service would have let him go anyway, because security could not have been guaranteed. And so
because he called all security off at the Capitol.
His security could not be guaranteed on that one. So logistically, that's why. Now, mind you, he was not going anyway. This is just like the Al-Qaeda. He is the exact same. I'm not going to strap the bomb to my chest, but you go out and do it and have fun. That type of thing. So then there is the World and the Three of Pentacles. He was done before it began. You do it. You've been hired. Three of Pentacles is hiring the specialist. You've been hired to go cause the chaos. I will sit here and watch it on TV. This is my media card. So this is kind of what he did. Now, hypothetically speaking, would it have been different if he had gone? Maybe they wouldn't have rushed in and done all the other stuff.
We're going to ask that. Would the riots
if he had went down there, would it have been different?
Look at all these beautiful people. Y'all just go on inside. This is our house. Go on in. Mm-hmm. He probably would have encouraged worse.
Maybe that's the question. How would it have been different?
I get it would have been worse. I get it would have been way worse. It would have escalated even further. Here's him looking for options and choices. The election results changes. This is always an improvement. It adds to, so it would have escalated even further. So I don't know if that would have come through inspiration of, oh, look, he's one of us. He's walking with us. He cares about us so much that they would have been inspired to be even worse than they were, you know? But I get that it would have been worse. But I could be messing up the reading.
Yeah, it's like, what is his legacy? It's his legacy is to, cause chaos, and he would have been like, protect me, defend me. That would have been his messaging, and it would have like blown up even worse, and he would have just stood there and watched. So I get justice and change. It would have been swifter, faster, more emotional. They would have arrested probably more
lawmakers.
People, yeah, they would have. Well, they would have made sure Republicans were secure. Let me put it that way. But yeah, it would have been different. Like America would have changed. America would have seen, if they'd seen him trying to hold on to his power, America would have changed and reacted differently.
Auntie Lena's in the house. I see her down there.
Hey, Lena. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Wait, is she? No, it's not New Year's there yet.
No, not yet, but coming up. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy Merry Christmas, Lena.
I get the Knight of Cups. So he would have lied his orange face off. And Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, he would have made people a lot more emotional. They would have followed his cue, though. And I get the Two of Wands, and it has potential. And then the Sun. So this is sort of all centered around him. How is he going to direct the crowd? If he directs them to go inside, they went inside. But mind you, Donald Trump does have a knack for convincing people to do things while being, I don't want to say completely clean because he's not, but not being directly involved.
Look at his rallies where he would get him to attack somebody that was not a Trumpster at a rally. Like he'd get him to attack him.
Yeah, beat him up. I'll pay your legal fees. Really? The guy doesn't even pay his janitors. You think he's going to pay your legal fees? Come on now.
But that brings me to my next question now. The Goofy Boys versus Donald Trump. Because a lot of them are saying, like the Quackernon mascot, I will not call him Shaman, the mascot. He's one of the ones too, and they're all saying Donald Trump told us to do this. And then the Jenna Ryan who said, I'm blonde and rich, I'm not going to jail, who's sitting in jail right now. So these people are saying he told us to do this and he didn't show up. He told us to do this. This was for his ego. Is their relationship going to be repaired, or is it fractured?
Are they done with Spanky?
Yes. Do they still believe?
But Johnny, that's the stupidest thing. If Biden got up there and said, hey, go rush the Capitol, you think these people would have, he's still your president.
It shows how stupid they are, that they can't be discerning enough to know we're going to get in trouble for doing this.
And mind you, Donald Trump has been alive for 70 whatever years and has proven to you all of those years that he is not trustworthy, and yet you trusted him anyway. Something is wrong with these people.
Mental health care, please.
I mean, because all of y'all ain't the angry white voter who came out of the coal mine and lost his job. Some of y'all are my age and ain't got no business having.
Some of you took a private jet down there or up there. Okay.
God, dog it.
You know what's crazy is I think if Trump got the nomination for 2024, they'd be, yeah, I got the tower on the bottom, like they're shook. But I think if he got the nomination for 2024 from the Republican Party, they'd be right back there bonding with them. It's Trump the fool. There'd be a healing if he got good news and secured, being the messenger and the leader of the party.
I get they're done. I get that there was a sudden ding light bulb moment, because as a thing, this would be electricity and light bulbs anywhere where there's a source of light. Because it's like there's the rupture, the accident, and the suffering, the sacrifices that these people made, and then let there be light. I finally see the truth. Light bulb moment. Like, oh. Even though homegirl's only getting what, like 3 months or something, for a girl like that, 3 months, and is she going to jail or prison? Like, that's not going to be comfortable, along with these other idiots that are over there in the patriot wing of the jail. Well, I mean, those people are far gone, but
I get Page of Cups, Two of Cups. There's still some love there. They still have a connection to them. It's a smaller amount than before, because I do have the Eight of Cups. So some of them are like, you know what? This is not. Some of them did say, the ones who were walking away did say, he told us all of these things that were going to happen, and they didn't. Not the build the wall and all the election promises, just this stuff. Just the goofy overthrow the country stuff. And it didn't happen. Which, oh my God, it makes my head itch, I swear. Why did you think it was going to work? Are
you talking about they believed that they were going to throw Hillary Clinton in jail and arrest
Obama? The whole bit, everything he said, and it didn't happen. That's what's making them walk away. Why did you think that was going to work, and that nobody was going to come arrest you, pepper spray you, shoot you, something you?
Because like that one at the Capitol, Johnny. They're spraying us. They're spraying us. They're supposed to be doing that to Black Lives Matter because of that. Their mentality.
And then it ends 4 cups, 4 wands. Some of them are in for the long haul because they're stupid. Because
it's about making white men powerful again. That's all they care about. So they're going to back them up just for that. They don't care anything about us.
Can I say something really mean? Or should I just save it for the after show?
Or petty?
You know that communal punch bowl? I wish that they would take a couple of swigs of that.
The one that QAnoners or Quackanoners are supposed to be participating in.
Yeah. Jonestown 2.0.
Thank you, Marie.
The dead
There's
guy.
Supposed to be a worldwide bleach fest somewhere with their little friends.
Industrial bleach, Johnny. It's like Jonestown 2.0.
I can't. You know what? Go for it. I mean,
please add some more.
If that's what you want to do, it is your body, as you keep saying. The reason why you don't get the vaccine, it is your body. So, if you choose, I don't recommend it. Here on the TarotsApprentice channel, we do not recommend drinking bleach. But if that is something you feel as though you are being led to do, and you feel as though you want to do it, I am not going to stand in your way, which is a fact in any court of law, because I'm not leaving my house to help you do nothing. So, oh, Jesus, drink all of them. They got lemon flavors. They got wild berry. They got wild flowers. In case you like to eat grass, that's your thing. Go ahead and do it. Some people like to eat flowers. It's a deer right outside. He like to eat flowers too. Maybe they
like to eat grass.
Maybe we're doing it wrong. We keep eating spinach and broccoli. They eat flowers. They eat the pretty stuff. So go ahead. They got wildflower bleach. They got lemon bleach. They got fresh. If you want to eat laundry soap, they got it that tastes like laundry soap. Do you? That's all I get to say. You do you, boo.
Wait, we told Johnny he needs a new T-shirt that just says "I mean." ...
If that's what you want to do, it's called thinning the herd. That's what we really call it. But you do whatever you want to do.
You want to call it herd immunity? We'll call it thinning the herd.
I think that guy had a name. I think his name was Darwin. I think.
Only the stupid survive long enough for the rest of us to learn what not to do. So, Mike Pence, was he being targeted by people in Congress who actually work in Congress? Because mind you, they said that they did not expect him to be there. And not because he wasn't going to find a ride or nothing, but because they just did not expect him to be there.
Yeah, because Andrew Grassley, they thought was going to handle everything.
Uh-huh. I, me, myself, and I. So were there people working in Congress
to take
targeting Mike Pence? Because those people came in with zip ties looking for him. So they got the order from somebody.
Had the gallows built outside.
Mm-hmm. That's all I need to see.
I get yes cards all over this.
Thinking me, myself, and I.
I get emissaries for the king. They had talked to people about defending the votes, clinging to the votes. Inside men, I get big old yes. That they shared information to try to do a surprise, something to take him out, take an action against him, completion, ending. This came from the White House and Trump. And yep, there was it's not all of them, but there were some that were willing to. That were communicating also with, other people besides just the White House.
I got a yes, because he was a very, very, very significant problem and an obstacle. Like once they realized Mr. Flyhead couldn't do what they wanted him to do, well, then eliminate the problem. Put a target on his back so he won't be there. And we can do whatever we want. Like,
and then name somebody else to be VP.
Mm-hmm.
It attack, fight, death. So, yes. Okay. But you believe in your Donald Trump. You go right ahead, homeboy.
Because somewhere in the Constitution, I'm sure there's a clause somewhere that says it's okay for you to conspire to murder the vice president when he doesn't flip an election the way you wanted to, even though he doesn't have the power to do so. But okay.
Well, Johnny, let's take it further. Will information come out about this, like between their encrypted apps they were using and texting and everything? Will something come out?
This is going to come out
to show that they were behind trying to get people.
Because somebody was trying to get Mike Pence, so there's a source to that.
Deactivating his cards and stuff like that. Somebody had to give the order to somebody to deactivate his card to his office.
And why is he not on every TV show talking about it? That's my thing too.
I get they've already got some stuff they're sitting on.
Thank you, Linda.
I don't know that they're going to do anything with it. I get patience on the bottom. It's like the investigators right now, like they see the ties of people that work together on this, like the money behind it and everything. But there's an indecision involved here. So I do get they're going to charge in after some people burden them. But I get like there's some anxiety about connections. Like maybe they don't think they've got everybody pinned down yet. I get ongoing investigations though. Like this could be a 2-year investigation. I bet you anything they wouldn't get as strong a sentence as a peanut butter boy, though.
I get that there's the possibility of 2 new ones, younger or new. I'm thinking new. They're not established yet. Problem is that it's so open-ended. So it ends with this doubles. So it could be that they're speaking or there's something in the communication where it has a double meaning. So it can appear innocent, but like almost like code, but not really code. Do you am I making sense? Like what is that? Double speak or
you have a code word that you said, a safe word, or like.
Yeah, but it's more like it appears innocent on the surface. Like innocent words, it's not a code. It's out in the open, but there's a double meaning to it, and also possibly to do with 2 new people that are not yet established. But the problem with the thing is that it's so open-ended. So you could argue, well, you said this. Well, yeah, we were really talking about donuts and not talking about going down to the liquor store to get some bump, like something like that,
I get yes, but there is a new leader here that sort of dictates the pace. So I don't know if there's like a new leader, new investigator, new something like that. But there's not high hopes for somebody paying for this in particular thing, like the ordering of Mike Pence's murder, basically. I don't get that there is much hope for like a finite type of thing. It's not pinpointed, because this is basically taking that pin and throwing it in the ocean. Like you might stick something, you might not. So it's I don't know. There's some information that comes up, but it's not enough to make a case. Basically. I guess if he don't care, I don't either. I don't know what to say.
I mean, the guy tried to have you killed, and you're still over there licking his boots.
So, okay. The right wing, Alex Jones called Donald Trump a horrible person. Candace Jones, that was a slip of the tongue, but kind of not. Candace Owens. Candace Owens Jones.
Now, wouldn't that be a power couple of hatred? Can you
so Candace, I will say it again. Candace Jones, she called Donald Trump old because he was saying that everybody should get vaccinated, and he believes in the vaccine. So she's saying that he's too old to come up with alternatives, which, I mean,
he came up with bleach and
like why that insult didn't make any sense. But I mean, it's Candace Owens. So anyway, the right wing versus Donald Trump. is this going to get worse? Because mind you, McConnell did order the shift. And so people are starting to look forward to the future and not to the orange. So is this going to get worse?
Then why do they keep paying his damn legal bills, dude? I mean,
and why do they keep putting him on TV?
He bankrupts everything around him. But I mean, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
My cards just got really sticky. Hang on.
Let's see. Is it going to get worse?
Like we said weeks ago, there was going to be cannibalism within the party, and it's like it's just really funny to watch.
Yeah.
Eat each other alive.
I mean, it's like Putin, though. They got what they could out of him and then threw him away.
I mean, if y'all need me to send you all some gasoline so you can finish burning your house down, I would be glad. I would gladly supply.
Yep, I get he's a loser now. They see him as a loser. It's like the Republicans are basically committed and in bed with big money. So behind the scenes, they're changing who they would support, and they're going to put forward who big money wants them to support, who the institutions want them to. So Trump's going to be out in the cold. It's like they're shifting. They're going to manipulate their message to reflect that they've got someone new that they're getting behind.
And it ain't you, Ted Cruz, creepy Ted. I get that. I get man, tree, moon, and then ship and whip. They are distancing themselves from his reputation, and they're going to start damaging his image. Man, image, damaged. And then it's like they're uprooting and sayonara, bye-bye, bye-bye. So his celebrity is not good with the moon, and this is his celebrities. The guy runs a blog in Florida. I mean, come on. You know, it's I think that they're going to continue to move away, and via marketing, because this sits smack dab in the middle of your reputation marketing. You're going to see more of this. So,
there's a new person that they're going to start to usher into the media. There's the 8 of Wands and the King. Oh no, the 9 of Pentacles, but the King of Wands is what I clarified the 9 of Pentacles with. There's a person that they're putting a lot more money into, and it is not the Dawn. Temperance and the 5 of Cups. He is a loser, therefore they have nothing to gain from him anymore. So, I mean, he didn't have anything to gain from him in the first place, but he was the Sharpie, like I always said. So whatever you put in front of him, whether it's a Declaration of Independence or a Smurfs coloring book, he was going to sign it and hold it up and say, look what I did.
Johnny, did you see that thing that happened a few years ago? Because there was that whole thing about Don doesn't read anything. He just signs whatever. There was a guy that went to a rally and printed out his own impeachment papers and tried to get an autograph. The idiot autographed his own impeachment.
That would go for a lot of money on eBay one day.
That was impeachment 1. He signed his own impeachment papers at a rally because he just doesn't read. Like,
you got 3 impeachment forms out there.
I I want bobblehead dolls of all these characters, but I want the bobblehead dolls to all have on, jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Prison jumpsuits. And I just want to line them up on the dash of my car till there's like 50 of them out there. All bobbling.
We were so dumb. We were so dumb.
I get also the Five of Swords and the Emperor. They're gonna force him out. So I mean, I think he gave them the thing that they needed the most, and that was something to hook onto to say we don't need you anymore. Because up until then, he was just saying, he incited a riot and all that. I mean, that's nothing. That's kind of a GOP handbook type of thing. Their problem is all the stuff that he did, they do. He just did it out loud. That's why it looks so bad. But they're the same person. I mean, it's not like McConnell's different than Donald Trump. Y'all know I hate McConnell with the fire burning passion. So that's all you're going to get out of that. But this is a force. They're sort of bullying the person who thinks he's emperor on the way out there. So he's kind of done, and they're kind of done with him. So yeah.
You know what would be so hilarious?
Thing is all they needed to say, okay, bye-bye.
You know what would be so hilarious because he's so stupid? Like if he keeps trying to have these press conferences like the one he's trying to hold on January 6th to tout an alternative reality that never happened. It would be funny if the RNC was like, hey, yeah, you know what? We have a new news station, so you can go and talk to them all day, every day. And he's just sitting there somewhere in Mar-a-Lago talking to a fake reporter, and none of it gets aired just to keep him off the freaking airwaves, like to shut him.
Put a fake camera in front of him, tell him he's on air.
Yeah. That could totally work.
So my final question is, because he is being booed, and like you said, Bill O'Reilly had to come give him the woo woo woo. It's okay.
They weren't booing at you. They were booing at me, not you. They love you.
Why is he backing the vaccine? It's getting him nothing but boos. Biden has praised him, and he is taking that, and he's like running all around like a little kid with a dollar. He's just, oh, look what Biden said about me.
Every time he gets praise about anything, is just going to keep on it. But
just like when Nancy Pelosi clapped at his speech that he gave, the State of the Union speech, and he thought that was just the greatest thing because the Democrats like me too now. It's like, no, she just clapped because you didn't say anything extremely stupid. But then tore your speech up anyway.
I get it was because he was advised and guided to do it to keep him out of trouble with the law.
I think so.
Him and his family. Dog, stars, fish. A friend provided guidance in regards to business and his real estate. And then there's the law, real estate and family. So somebody told him, hey, you could be held liable for this. Shut your mouth. So I get that he was, well, maybe not in those terms, but just guided,
Yeah, I get somebody talk to him. Communication card on the bottom here about, look, you got to do a new action here, because you bullied people about this before, about, so it's an image thing. They were getting anxious. It's trying to protect his image because they feel like he's going to be put in defense mode here. There's more coming out about the details around what they didn't tell us, and people were getting sick and dying, and he's going to have big problems in court over it.
Can you imagine how many people died before he left office from COVID? We were 580 something thousand, 600,000.
Yeah, by like Christmas last year.
Imagine if every single one of those people held a class action lawsuit against him.
Well, we've got 800,000 now, and most of them are unvaccinated people. So
yeah, imagine if all those people, family members or whatever, filed a class action lawsuit against him for misinforming the public for a whole entire year and a half. We don't, I mean, take a number because he's going to be broke, but.
I get 7 of Pentacles and the Empress. There is, and that's not what this means, just a precursor to what I'm about to say. 7 of Pentacles and the Empress, he's trying to flip the information because there's a lot with the 7 of Pentacles. There's a lot in the ground, has to do with life. And so there's a lot of death. But the information, the memory is still very fresh of how this started in September, November of the previous year. And we didn't know about it till February. Meanwhile, it was spreading throughout the country. Nobody knew. And then you said it was a hoax for a good 6 months. And then all of a sudden you caught it. And then you got well in 3 days. And then there's a vaccine. And then there's so much there that you are now trying to flip this story. 4 of Cups. You're trying to offer up some sort of alternative, some sort of something that people are just not buying. The Sun and the Fool and the Lovers, he's also been advised. Somebody told him to say this. Somebody's telling him to do this. Because if you're going to run for 2024, then you need to be on the vaccine train. You need to be telling people to go get vaccinated because maybe then they'll sort of give you a little more leeway on the whole I just killed half the world type of thing, and maybe you won't blame me for it because now I'm a vaccinated person too, and I'm talking about vaccines, yay, vaccines. So he's trying to kind of spin it to where now he's in favor of such a thing, and I guess maybe trying to throw you off the trail that he once called it a hoax. Remember that part. Mm-hmm. 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords. This is for the future. 3 of Wands. An election is coming, and just, oh God, our election starts 2 years before the election starts, which I hate. But anyway, there's an election coming, and then the 6 of Swords trying to move out of the murky water into the calmer one. So he is trying to create a narrative that he was in support of this all along. And it is because of him that you have a vaccine in the first place.
I mean, the whole "it never happened" can only get you so far in the age of video and internet. And I never said
Meanwhile, you ain't had a test tube or nowhere create no vaccine.
Oh, and you know what else, Johnny? There's also a committee in the House that's investigating the negligence of the previous administration handling COVID. So that's another reason to, what is it? CYOA, cover your own ass. Mm-hmm. So.
He's got a big one to cover.
I mean, I was just going to say that. Well, anyhow, thank y'all for coming out and hanging out with us. All 1,800 of you that were out here. That still blows me. I don't even know that many people, and yet that many people looking at me. I can't even just. Anyway, so thank y'all for coming out and chatting and joining and catching the trolls and all that good stuff. I appreciate that. Keep the chat clean and clear. That is also y'all fast too. I seen one and went to click at Debsy already. I'm like, you go ahead. So thank y'all for that. That is very much appreciated. Thank you, Lisa, for reposting the questions. And if you get around to it, you do not have to. Thank you, Mystery Achiever, for the timestamps that you do every single week. So thank you very much.
Week after week after week.
So, oh yes, Chris, New Year's, because I've seen that in the chat. New Year's, it will be at 8 o'clock Eastern. And so New Year's Eve, 8 o'clock Eastern. Just the same time as our Sunday shows, but it'll be 8 o'clock Eastern. However, we will be doing I need to make that announcement too. Our final soul chat will be on New Year's as well, or New Year's Eve at 5 p.m. Eastern, because we go live at 8. So it'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern. I will have Gail. And if you go to Jody Roberts' channel, you'll see who Gail is, and Ona and Lori. And we will be talking about herbs and crystals and magics and rituals and things that you can do. A beginner's kit, in case you don't know how to cleanse your space, cleanse your house, all that good stuff. So getting us ready for the new year and that one. And also Autumn from Black and Orange Tarot, she will be taking over the soul chats. And so the next round of soul chats will be on her channel, and we'll see what she does with that. Thank y'all for joining for all those soul chats. They've been very, very fun. So I'm excited to see what she's going to do with them too. So you smoke all your herbs. Hey, you go with that too.
we get basically about 6 or 7 hours of Johnny on Friday.
Yes, I shall
It'll be
be
the
here.
Johnny channel.
And then we'll be back on Sunday night, back on my channel.
Yes, in the new year.
Like
So
we'll
y'all have a good night.
left. We need lots of questions for New Year's Eve. I'll post something on my community tab. Johnny already has. We need political and non-political, lots of questions.
Yes, as many non-politicals as you can as well, because we will be there for good, 6 hours or so.
And throw some petty ones in there too, because we like to get petty.
Yes,
We like to get real petty.
I'm a petty person sometimes, and I like it. So, so I will see y'all I will see y'all New Year's Eve, actually, next week. So y'all have a good night.